Lenier Perro has just defeated Jordan Thompson via unanimous decision. And yeah, I scored it 95-94 to Perro. I thought it got closer as it went late. Um, it's interesting to talk about Lenier Perro because, in my opinion, Jordan Thompson is a British level fighter. He was at cruiserweight, and I believe he is at heavyweight. I believe Jordan Thompson is on the level of guys like TKV, David Adelaide. I believe he's on that kind of level, to be honest. You know, Fraser Clark, he's on their kind of level. He's done well for himself, no amateur background, and competed well in that fight against Lenier Paro. And on to that point against, with Lenier Paro after that. Um, he's not much above that kind of level of, guys like David Adelaide, Fraser Clark, Jamie TKV. He's not massively above the level. There's a great skill set there. The guy's had over like 200 amateur fights. The skill set's there. He's Cuban, he's got the style. Um, but he's not there yet. Do I think he ever will be a world champ at heavyweight? No. I don't think he will be. Again, he's got good boxing IQ. He is smart, but he's just not at that real high level. I feel like he gets roughed up by any real top level heavyweight. As I said, he's not massively above. He's not massively above. I mean, of course he is a few leagues above Jordan Thompson, as he showed in the fight, but it's not huge. It's not as huge as I thought it would be before the fight happened. I expected Perro to be more convincing there, but Thompson did well for himself in his heavyweight debut, definitely. But Lenier Perro, yeah, I think it was pretty disappointing from him overall. I think, yeah, I wanted to see more. I think many other people wanted to see more from him. Um, as I said, he's got a skill set there, but I don't see him massively keep on developing. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be given loads of more big opportunities. I don't know. I just get a weird feeling about him, to be honest. I just get a real strange feeling when I think about the future of his career. And yeah, he was the well-deserved winner there. He deserved to get the decision. But and it was a decent fight, but it wasn't exactly a high-level heavyweight fight. As I said, it's like a British level kind of fight. Obviously, Paro's not British, yes, I know. But what I mean is, it's like, again, he's above the level, definitely. I would say, Paro's on the level of guys like, I mean, it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say, to be honest with you. I'd say, again, he's probably on. I think he's below Frank Sanchez's level, definitely. Frank Sanchez is a high level guy. I'm trying to think of a guy who you can really compare Pero to, but I think it's difficult to say, especially after that fight as well. It's really difficult to say, really put him in with a guy with the kind of level that he is at. Um, it's a strange one. It is. I think it is a strange one. A kind of guy like Kevin Lorena, possibly. He'd beat him, I'm sure. But again, that's a fight that you could make. I'm not 100% sure on the level of Pero, on where he fully would be. I mean, again, he needs more high level fights. Jordan Thompson is probably the best name on Pero's resume. To be honest, like, he definitely is now. But, and Thompson, again, he's done well for himself, but he's not exactly the biggest name. He's not exactly got the best resume, has he? Like, let's be honest. And that was his first fight anyway. He was much bigger than Perro, so Perro, I think, did struggle towards that. And I think Thompson was good at being able to gain Perro's respect. It took him a bit of time, 3 rounds or so, but he got it and did well. For Jordan Thompson, I know who I'd want to see him in there with, and that is Joe Joyce. I think you make that fight. Probably won't happen, but I think that's a good fight to make. Jordan Thompson and Joe Joyce do that. Give Thompson a good chance. But for Pero, again, he needs a big fight. It's like, again, he's got the style, he's got the IQ, but it's like he's a very difficult guy to match. He's a really difficult guy to talk about because, again, it's really unsure on really saying what his level definitely is. Because, again, he's above, those kind of British level fighters, but I don't think there's an absolutely massive gap. Not a gap like I was thinking earlier on today. I thought Perro was going to come in and school Thompson. That didn't happen. He didn't school him at all. It wasn't even close to a schooling, but it's an interesting one.